Morning, traders. Today's topic, new all-time highs in the 10-year treasuries. So we have record yields again this morning. So this is not a great environment to be going long these markets. So basically what I'm seeing in the EES is here, as of yesterday, we were coming in testing this fib fan, and I was hoping that we would get a responsive close above that fib fan, um, securing this primary accelerated uptrend off of this, off that major dip earlier in the week, and we got a responsive buy. We did not get that. We could not hold that into the close yesterday. So this is a much more bearish scenario going forward here. So basically, we got this blow off top situation. Everybody's watching this. I think we're going to be coming crashing down here. We could have a very red day ahead of us here. And so keep it in mind, that's my primary target down here at the 3017 area, something like that. That is probably going to close the week out. So keep that in mind going forward. The situation setting up here, if you go on an intraday time frame here, 15 minutes, we're coming up fine. Can't even get back into yesterday's value. All the inventory from yesterday, pre-market, cannot even get back in there. We're already fading off. Things are looking really horrible in Europe. Down 2% across the board. Really not pretty this morning. So pretty much the scenario I'm going, we are going to be gapping away from that primary fib fan trend this morning. So not a scenario that I would prefer to get long today. Goldman Sachs just reported that if this coronavirus becomes widespread, there is going to be zero earnings growth for any U.S. companies going forward this year. So keep that in mind. They are eliminating growth forecasts out from Goldman Sachs this morning. Not a very good scenario. Here we go. We are down 1.45% from the close. Breaking away from this primary fib fan trend on our NASDAQ. This is a little bit more supportive here. I mean, a little bit more supportive. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, okay? But from here, we start breaking away from that. It is a little, quite a bit. So our value now is 86.14. So we're looking another 6 points lower. We're already 130 points lower. I'm almost positive we are going to hit the so that'd be the November volume point of control. We are going to be coming into this value probably today on our Qs. So keep that in mind coming forward. That is a solid target setting up here. Down here is where we consolidated. This is all a breakout. Okay. So ultimately, we are looking down here as our target. Go ahead and put my oval on there. This is actually the zone that we are probably heading into for any near-term support in these markets. So if that gives you some idea of just how far away we are from that type of scenario. So nope, I am not going long. So keep that in mind going forward here. Russell's really taking it on the chin here in the pre-markets. We've broken out my primary uptrend on the fib fans, secondary trend on the fib fans. Typically, once you break this area on volume, we're actually getting volume on this move, we are going to retrace virtually the entire move. So we are looking at the 1490 area, so another 40 points lower on the Russell. So keep that in mind going forward here. That very ugly situation setting up here in the markets. There is no reason to buy at all, in my opinion, to the long side. Let some people with a lot more money than I have buy this market and give us a good tail. The rest of us either short or sit on our hands, in my opinion. Okay, in this morning, the big thing, bonds, all-time highs on our bonds. So, yeah, definitely the risk-off trade is really taking form here. We have not even topped out to resistance. We're getting close there pre-market here, but it looks like on our fib fans we might even hit the 133.20 on our ZNs this morning. So keep that in mind going forward. What situation is setting up here for the bonds. Gold's got a bid again. Yesterday was a nice little short in the gold. I had called that in the pre-market. That would have been a really, anybody who gotten a GDX, nice little puts in the GDX could have made some nice little money. But we are right back up today in our gold, holding out. But the volumes are a little bit not nearly quite as heightened as yesterday. So keep that in mind too. They were really jumping on the boat yesterday to the short side. Volumes are a little bit lighter. It's a little bit later in the morning, and we were getting near volumes like this in my video, and I was at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. So, but yeah, the selling pressure is dramatic. Down 332 points on our E-minis. Breaking away from the fib fan on that. You go on our daily. Similar situation. Primary, secondary, all broken. Now we're going to be coming right down here to the $2,600 level is the next targets for the E-minis. And there's no reason to think that we can save it here. I wish we could, but we are breaking away from the last hope of supports, in my opinion. And there's a primary trend line. If you extend to right, that matches up with that. So yeah, this is definitely a situation where where I'm thinking either this end of this week or next week we are going to be coming down into this zone going forward here. So keep that in mind on your trading. Just no reason to be taking this stuff to the long side, in my opinion. And if you look at your pre-market lovers and losers, pre-market, give me a second here. On the volume side, Gilead, wouldn't you know it? And I took my profits yesterday on Gilead. I am just kicking myself so bad. We are almost $80 in the pre-market on Gilead. Boy, this Corona thing's really getting a life of its own. But look at this, man, $80. You have to go back in some serious time frames here to see anything like this. So we're up here we're above that. Yeah, we might be putting all-time new highs coming in. So before the day's out, we're probably going to be 81.70 on Gilead. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, it's up a lot right now, but the next serious resistance is 81.70, 81.80 area. So that's a good target. It's not even done for the day, in my opinion. Be sure to make some comments. Yeah, when you see it today, make some comments on my video. I called it out ahead of time. SpaceX, they came out with a downgrade today. It was a horrible downgrade on SpaceX. $30 brought it all the way. They downgraded to $30. Man, what a collapse in the shares. I mean, but at any rate, there's no profits. Any company's not making profits, they're going to get absolutely destroyed going forward here. Then there's news out also on Tesla's not showing up there. Tesla orders are down 46% in China. Can you imagine? Does that surprise you any? So keep that in mind. Really getting destroyed this morning, down on over $30 in Tesla this morning. So keep that in mind going forward here. So we're at 342. Boy, yeah, it's not even at support yet. So keep that in mind going forward here. That's weekly supports. Actually, as far as the weekly goes, you're looking at $700 for a significant support level here on Tesla. It's still in this primary uptrend. So we're still in our primary bullish accelerated trend. That's a good sign. Once we start breaking out of there, then we're in trouble. So it's not completely over with the whole Tesla trade, but we are breaking out of this primary first fan, and we're coming down here to the next support level will be 731. So we could see another $10 drop today for our next primary support. So keep that in mind going forward here on our Tesla. Best Buy came out this morning. I thought they were pretty good earnings. Just like most companies, they're all going to be throwing their guidance out the window. And honestly, I don't think any company should be offering any guidance this quarter. So, in my opinion, looks like it's trading a little bit lower, but it was actually pretty good earnings in my opinion. So this one here might rally. I think things are just so bad. Even good earnings are going to be thrown out the door. Crocs, really good earnings with Crocs this morning. It was initially trading up, now it's trading down. It looks like. So keep that in mind going forward. Budweiser was out, taking it on the chin, going down with the markets. That's a pretty ugly move on Budweiser this morning. Let's see here. Is JCPenney out yet? JCPenney looks like they're out. Well, no, they're not out yet. They're just trading it up. So the numbers have not actually hit yet. So keep that in mind going forward. Let me zoom down here, make sure. Yeah, they're up right now. But I don't. Yeah, they're out. They're out. So JCPenney's actually catching a bid this morning. It looks like initially. We'll see what happens. That's a junk stock. I don't really deal with that. And then we have Whiting is going to be reporting. Hasn't reported yet. I don't think it has reported yet. Nope, not reported yet. And then we have Frontline. Frontline reported. Yeah, it's trading lower, so it has probably reported. Nope, hadn't reported yet. So, okay. Things that are moving this morning. APT. Never even heard of the company till 2 weeks ago. Basically, they make face masks. Great big, huge order announced overnight. And can you believe you could have got this thing for years and years and years? This thing traded for $3 or lower a share. Now, all of a sudden, look at it, $18 a share. So, wow, what a move in this stock. All dealing with the coronavirus stuff. So, keep that in mind. That's another one that's really moving this morning. And then also, Moderna, they're in a conference today talking about some other projects that they have out. It's trading up along with Gilead in the after hours. So that's another $5 move in Moderna. And that's along with, and they've actually, the drug that they've sent to China to see if it's going to help on the virus, they sent it yesterday. So we don't even have any results back, and it's trading up all on hopes that that drug that they sent is actually going to work like the one Gilead has in the pipeline. So that's some of the things that are going on here. We also had ratings change in Square, had an upgrade to $86. Not seeing any type of life to it at all. And Moderna, they had a $35 upgrade, and it's already trading. I think it's already trading at that price point. So keep that in mind going forward. Even with the upgrade, they're already trading it at that price point. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, problem child we've got right now. We got those bonds breaking out to all-time news highs. Very dangerous here for the financials. We do have value, volume point of controls here at the 2806 area. We are trading at the 2815 area right now here on our financials. So this has acted as a area to build out value in the past. That is a good sign. I mean, a relatively good sign that we built out value here for a very long time, quite almost a year building out value before we had this blowout situation in the financials. So basically, we are breaking. This is our right shoulder. This is our head. So typically what you would see now is a complete and total utter breakdown. We are going to be opening right here at this price point, and technically, you would see a complete and utter breakdown from this point in our financials. So keep that in mind going forward. We can have a higher, we could bounce here for a higher right shoulder, or we can actually come down and do the primary textbook head and shoulders on our financials with this virus thing. So this is a situation that everybody's looking at. Is this thing going to be so bad that this is going to happen? So basically, up till yesterday, everything that happened to the markets was just taking extra out of the markets. It didn't really factor in any type of earnings impacts, in my opinion. Now today, all these like I said, Goldman Sachs coming out. If this coronavirus gets any worse, they're completely wiping out any type of earnings growth for the year. In that situation, you do not want to be long equities, under that situation. So that's why things are really heating up here. I mean, but everything that's happened up to this point was just resetting, in my opinion. Now, whenever we are actually hitting bear market territory. Okay, so just keep that in mind going forward here. Seeing all this value build up here, you would think that the markets were going to build out sideways, but in bear markets they can get violent. They can get extremely violent. So I don't know if we can even support these build out zones. I mean, but so just keep that in mind going forward here. But we are opening up back inside of this lower distribution. So basically, the uptrend in the financials is officially broken. In my opinion, by entering back into this trading zone, we have actually given up on the primary uptrend with the financials. So just keep that in mind going forward here. Okay, on our repos from the Federal Reserve, we only did 40 billion yesterday. The repos for today, you're probably they only come out between 8 and 8:45, and like Wednesday we did 2 repos. One of them hit 8:45, which it was about 75 billion on the repos, and obviously that didn't help save the markets. So just keep that in mind going forward here. The Fed is still trying to backstop the sell-off. So we do have an active Federal Reserve. You don't want to get overly bearish knowing that you got central banks still backstopping the markets. But, we're hitting some serious damage today. And what's happening over here in Europe, we were down 2% on these markets. So keep that in mind. This could be a potential balance point right here for the FTSE. We came down, we opened near down here, and immediately caught a bounce here in the pre-markets on our FTSE. So keep that in mind going forward here. That as far as the down pressure goes today, it might be alleviating a little bit. And then our DAX. Came down to a trend line and yesterday, and we still haven't back tested that yet on our DAX. So, in my opinion, look how long it just loves to chop around this trend line in times past. I just do not see a responsive, strong bounce point off of this trend line. Historically, that has not been the case. In my opinion, and it's similar to the XLF, in my opinion. We are breaking, in my opinion, we are completely giving up the overbought situation in the DAX, and we are going to be coming back down in this zone next week, in my opinion. So just keep that in mind. There's just a lot of reasons just not to get long this market, in my opinion. So going forward here. So, like I said, yesterday I was a little bit bullish, and the markets were up. We had our responsive bear market rally, and it looks like it's over with. So there's no other easy way to put it, and it looks like things are a wee bit in trouble here. You see what's happening here. Like I said, this is a volume point of control. We could chop out here all day long here. Um, Whenever you have an opening price and gap away from these volume point of controls, that's actually a much more bearish take for the markets. So it's a little bit more dangerous trying to that buyers and sellers have met at this price point. This is November's price point, and buyers and sellers were a-okay at trading around this volume point of control. So just keep that in context. Until we start breaking lower lows today, you don't want to be initiating new shorts, considering this is typically a chop zone. So, just keep that in mind in your trading going forward. Like the video if you like it, and please make comments below. Maybe you're seeing stuff that I'm not seeing. It's just looking horrible all over the place, in my opinion. Um, and I don't even know if I'll do anything today, to be honest. Um, but basically, honestly, I think before the week's out, we're probably going to be down at the 30-20 area here on the S&P. So just keep that in mind going forward as far as what I'm seeing right here. So please, like I said, make comments so I can learn from you. And, even if you think I'm wrong, I like to hear it. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in the trading room.